Can we get to know you?
My name is Moses Omokoge Oge. I'm a lawyer by profession, but by hustle, I'm a compliance consultant, and I do compliance consultancy for tech startup and mostly tech-related companies. Yeah.
Okay, I want to know something. What was your secondary school experience?
I think in growing up, my best experience as a person for me is secondary school experience because I went to one of the best. No, I went to the best secondary school in Abuja, just as Gariki. So it's a secondary school that has a combination of rich kids, kids from the trenches. It had a combination of different experiences, the wild, the smart, the street kids kind of experience. So for me, it was a fun experience. And that experience was what helped me as a person when I entered university. And some of those experiences are things that have helped me to wiggle out around the world as an adult now because
Wow.
it's the streets in Justice Gariki never leaves. It's there, whatever you go to. So for me, I would sum my secondary school experience as one that is awesome, and it was a good learning experience.
So, what was your trick with, I believe there were some people you were, looking up to you in the sense of some ladies or guys, the naughty things you were like doing back then in secondary school. Those naughty things.
In secondary school, I was a wild kid in the sense that I was somebody that wanted to explore life for myself. I did not want to be told about those experiences, so I made sure that I had those ones. So yes, as early as just already had a babe. We're still friends now. Very cool babe. As early as I had a babe, I already started having exes as SS1, SS2. So, and I had friends. And the kind of friends I kept in secondary school were people that, yes, they were crazy. We would play football, play video game after class, trek home, follow babes, but they were focused on the academic aspect because generally now none of them is lacking in life because for me that's the most important thing. There needs to be a bit of balance. It's not just book. So if you ask about me from secondary school, I was a crazy one. I was social prefect, the drummer boy, all the parties to talk about. At least I used to attend some, not all, but yeah, but it was good, and I still was able to maintain good academic balance because after I left school, I made sure that my grades were good. Wrote work in one sitting. I did very well in my jam that got me to a very good university afterwards. So there was good balance. And I looked up to some people, obviously. There were some guys those days, there's some guys, they're just fresh and you look up to them. I can't remember their names now, but if I see them, I'll recognize them. There's some people also look up to me. And I was wondering what they were looking up to because me, I was not a serious person in my life. So, but then, once you're a senior, there were some people that were like, oh, I would like to be like Senior Moses. But one particular thing that I made sure I didn't do when I was in secondary school, I was a prefect, but I didn't let the role that I had make me power drunken. I was still as jovial as anybody. Most of my closest friends were even in junior classes. People like Benson, Arinze. Some of them are still friends now. So because early in life, I was able to recognize that the fact that you're in a higher class than somebody in class doesn't mean that it's like that forever. So yeah, that was basically it for me. Yeah.
There are some things you have not told us about your secondary school experience.
My secondary school was, see, guy, if I begin to talk about my secondary school experience,
Please,
we go shoot 100 episodes, we never finish.
please,
But
we,
my
we
secondary
want to
experience
hear.
was wild. I was one of those boys that would, a day before, let me give you the hint of my craziness. The day we wrote WAEC Mass, a day before WAEC, Mass, I and Gabi, my friend Gabriel is a photographer now. I and Gabi went to go and play video game till 9 o'clock, and we had WAEC the next day in the morning. And somehow we passed. Guys, secondary school, I remember how people close. I remember when I'll be in class kissing babe. Principal driver will catch us. Bro, I remember how it got to a point I told myself that entering school from the gates, no, they sweet me again. With the fly fence. I will come early, jump fence, enter school. I had crazy friends. I had Zumba. Zumba was my friend.
And
So
it's out there.
exactly, it was a crazy experience. But one thing I tried. So remember SSS1, they gave me class captain. And That opportunity I had was one of the best opportunities because that was when Zumba came to meet me. Hey, you. Don't ever mark me absent for class. So when that Zumba comes or not, you must mark am present. But it made me and I and Zumba friends. Zumba created one kind of protection. Say Moses, nobody touched Moses. But from being friends with Zumba, I've been able to, like now, I go to his house sometimes, like, guy, if I slap you, because I was very tiny in seconds, but now I'm almost the same height. You'd be like, you don't forget all the protection why they give you. So all this experience in secondary school, I had friends that were politicians' children. I had friends that were business oriented. I had friends that turned to medical doctors. I had friends in the military. So all those crazy experiences are what has sum up to make me what I am now. I mean, we were classmates. Remember those days? Just give me the knife, let me cut the door. I'm a Calabar man. Experiences, very crazy things, guy. Let me just sit down now.
So, at who form your song? Was it Zumba?
Yeah.
Zumba and
Zumba and Bassi.
Bassi.
They will sing it when Andy enter the class, they will not be angry. But think about it now. Like, there was a time, one of the biggest, I'm somebody, two things that happened to me in secondary school that there was a guy, I don't want to mention his name now because it's not necessary.
Okay.
But it was as I said. So we're filling jam form. And he saw my jam form, he saw UNN. I was like, you cannot enter UNN. I took that, I said, I got offended. I was like, what do you mean by cannot enter UNN? It was like, I'm not that academically sound. I said, okay. Then I said, bro, I'm going to enter UNN, I'll be the first, I'll tell. This happened when I was in SS3, guy. I started reading. In JAMB, in my secondary school, I was like second highest in JAMB. When I got UNN admission, I called and said, guy, I don't get admission. Another one, Lady Gaga. If I mention her name, Lady Gaga.
Gaga. No, if you mention the Gaga, no one would know. Only the circle of us will understand who's the Gaga.
Gaga looked at me in university, in secondary school then. They made me a prefect. Somehow she had a problem with it. And my mind was like, yes, I'm crazy and wild, but I was very respectful to authority. I used to respect authority then and all. It's not like me, I'm a tout, that I cannot amount to anything that may be from. Bro, after I became lawyer, when I got my car, I drove into Justice Garrick. I went to go and greet her. She's not like, I knew you make it. I said, ma, you didn't say that. You always told me that was going to be a tout. I think sometimes, let me now distinguish this thing. I'm a very forgiving person, but I'm also very petty because sometimes I believe that the only way somebody can understand the rubbish they put you through is to do the same thing to them or put it in their face. You said to me I was not going to amount to anything. I took that, I didn't swallow in it. I used it to become a good person, a better person myself, and I went and I'm like, I prove you wrong. So all these things is some experiences that you would have that would transform your life. So my basic advice to anybody listening to this or anybody that eventually gets a hold of this is very simple. See, be diligent in what you do. Be consistent. And the most important thing, believe in yourself. Because, guy, there are times people will tell me, it's only my close friends that know. When you tell me, say, no fit down, say, I've been walking on the road before, they just tell me, this baby, no fit check out. Secondary school. Don't be say, I go just walk, I go meet them. Hey, baby, I like you, talk your word. Dude, that was when in secondary school then. Now that you have a lot to gain when you push yourself hard. So all these things are cumulatively what would ginger you to have growth. And I will not just wake up. I don't have rich parents, guy. I came from a place where if you have that, if you can leave secondary school, that can be the biggest achievement that you have as a person. And I moved from that place. And my brothers moved from there. My elder brother now, he studied international relations. He's a very big inverter distributor in Abuja. The other one studied urban and regional planning. He's doing well for himself. So we took those opportunities without our parents' support because our parents did not have anything to support us with. What will their father give you? My father was working as a mechanic in Jabi one time like that. The best he could do is provide food and this. But now he's walking around, they're calling him Papa Lawyer, they're calling my mom Mama Lawyer, Mama this. So it's, bro, you owe yourself. Like, yes, I've heard funny quotes on Instagram that will say, you're not responsible for how you were born, but you're responsible for how you will die. You were born poor, fine and good. Will you die poor? No. It's not me. I don't know about any other person, but I'm telling you this. The kind of money I will make, my children's children, they'll say, thank you, grandpapa, for the hustle you put.
That's Dangote and that family.
You get the gist. So it's just, I will be consistent. I'm patient. I have enough time. God bless me with long life. I graduated school in 2018, went to law school in 2019. From 2019 till now, less than 5 years, I know the growths I've experienced. So give me another 5 years. Maybe
Watch out for
maybe
the
next time
5
I come
years.
for another interview in the next 5 years, my escort will be standing here with gun. You know, in secondary school, I was serious.
Yes.
I can play, but when it comes to my book, I don't play with my book because, bro, I don't get any rich papa, rich mama somewhere.
Maybe, but they eat free food that time for home economy lab that time.
Bro, guys, you was see those things. Remember when those days we go and be stealing Mama Yam? One thing I've learned later, it's not as if that woman did not know that we're taking from her. She'll be selling yam. We'll go to the back and be using broom to thief some of the fire. I saw Mama Yam some years ago. And I dashed her I can't remember, I dashed her some money. She saw me, she was like, hey, my son, she hugged me. You think that might not always carry yam from a fire? It was mostly because she understood that we were kids and she understood that some of them don't get. How much yam if you thief? Where you say you thief your 100 naira yam? That yam was 5 naira, 2 5 naira.
2 5 at that time now.
So there are people that have been very instrumental to my growth in life, right from secondary school. That I look back now, I'm like, thank you.
So let's take us to the next question. Why ladies trust guys than their fellow ladies?
For me, I've never really understood that thing because I tell people that women's greatest enemies are women. For instance, now, let me give you an instance. As a guy, I can just come into a gathering that we have guys. I may not know your name, I'll just say, hey, chairman, how far? And from that one conversation, we've clicked friendship that would last for years. We gist about stuff. And if I see you once, maybe with another friend of yours, and I see you subsequently, even without that friend, we can sit down, have conversations, and we're good. But for women, it's different. If a woman comes into this place now, another woman is already seated, they'll begin to look at her hair, look at this, look at that. So I think maybe because of that natural inbuilt jealousy. I mean, this thing I'm saying is not general, but majority of women, it's always like that with them. So that innate jealousy will make them more comfortable to share their personal dealings with the other gender than their fellow gender. Because there are girls you meet, you ask them, oh, it seems like you have more male friends than female friends. You'll be like, oh, I don't like women have wahala. I like to interact with guys more. So there's never been something that I understand. But I mean, even God to that created women, so I'm sure it does not understand women. But I think, yes, it could be that innate, oh, this person might be better than me, so I feel intimidated. So it could be it. I may be wrong. I'm not a woman. But I know for me, yes, I'm more comfortable sharing stuff with a woman and guys. So what basically that's it. I mean, if you break up with your babe today and you tell your guy, I the old you go laugh. Or you tell your guy, leave the baby, go find another baby. But a woman wants to ask, oh, why? What happened? Can I talk to her? Would you think I should talk to her? Would you like to get back to her and all the rest? So women, that's homely love and that intimacy. A woman, that intimate attention, a woman will pay more to whatever dealings you're dealing. Makes me more comfortable sharing stuff with them. Although yes, there are things I would not tell a woman. But I remember those when I was still single, when I was still an Abuja.
Hey, Abuja.
Most of my flexing, it was my office friends I used to tell, and they were females, Miracle and Pamela. I'll come and gist them while I went to the cinema with this baby, and the baby was hot. Yeah. Then even when I see hard dealings that, oh, this baby, I'm trying to check this baby, how do I go about it? It's still those people I will tell stuff. So I'm more comfortable about this kind of thing because having conversation with a woman is, she's providing solutions. Let me just qualify, reasonable woman, because there are some women that they're very shallow. But if you have reasonable conversation with a woman and you're sharing these things, in her mind, she's thinking, how am I able to help this person? Because it's not about just bringing problems. It's how to solve them. So for me, why I'm more comfortable sharing my personal stuff with women is because, first and foremost, she would respect that secret and that privacy. emphasis on reasonable woman because there are some women that are very funny. She will respect that privacy. And she will not just do that, she will go further to try to see how she can help you out with whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And they don't forget these things. You just find out that you tell your friends something about 2, 3 months later, you're like, oh, Mo, how far? How were you able to sort out that stuff? How did you go about it? Okay, this is what I think you should do. So they're more attentive to your needs and more intentional about how to provide solutions. So that's why me. I mean, some of my female friends from university, secondary school, remember them? Blessing Ali, Sarah Sambo, Euphrasia Amadi, a whole lot of them, Bolu and all the rest.
I think goodness. Is it goodness?
Goodness, yeah, goodness. There's also one that is currently in UK, Abiola. She was in A class and all. So those people are still friends. I mean, okay, let me give you an example. I have male friends. I have Felix, Madugu, Zumba,
Victor.
Basi, Victor. When I go, imagine me now telling Victor that I'm dealing with stuff. He would just laugh and say, okay, sorry, how do we go about it? That's it. But if I pick up my phone and I call Amadi, let me give you an experience. When we wrote WAEC, I did good. When we wrote JAM, I did very good. Then we went to write post-UME. Post-UME result came out. They didn't release mine. All of us went to write post-UME. I, Felix, and Euphrasia. Then I called Philip, like, guy, I never released my result. He first laughed, because what's happened? And that was it. But when I called first, I was like, oh, what happened? Okay, let me call somebody in the school. Let me call somebody I know. That's the woman for you. So you understand why it is never on the same pedestal when it comes to dealing with women and a guy. I mean, one thing I like about guys, and women are very, for relationship, I cannot say so much, but women are very loyal to friendship. A guy, there are certain things a woman will see as loyalty and go to the ends of the earth for that. A guy in his mind, it's not really a big deal. But for a woman, a guy now may want to knock one babe and be giving your gist to the babe. And in his mind, no, it's not a big deal. But a woman would. I've seen babes that will tell their boyfriend that they would rather break up than betray their male friends. So it's usually how it is for them like that. So that's basically why me, as a person, I prefer to share deep and intimate stuff with babes and guys.
Okay, this brings us to the next question now. Do you believe in love?
Yeah, I believe in love. I'm very practical with love, but I believe in love. I mean, I've been a beneficiary to what love is and what love can do. So I believe in love, but my own love is more practical. I don't do blind love. I believe in love.
Is there a blind love?
Yeah, the people that are in love stupidly, that you're in love with a guy or a girl, and there are certain things that you know as a person that you cannot condone for a very long time, and you'll be saying, I love this person. Let me give you an example. Very soon, by God's grace, God willing, I want to settle down. But before I got to this point where I'm able to meet somebody that I like so much and I'm devoted and committed to, I've seen premium shaggy from different babes. All in the name of I love you, I love that, I love this and all. But when you do practical love, first of all, you have standards that you say, okay, this is what I want in a babe. And you stick to those standards. Now, it's not possible for you to get a babe that meets those standards 100%. So you get somebody that closely can get to what you want as a person. And when I say practical love, it now comes to, I love you, what is the functionality of this love? Because when it comes to choosing life partner and settling down, when we are young, you can be doing I love you, be knocking babes and moving on. But when you want to be serious, that's why a girl will tell you that I love you, but I will not eat love. So in her mind, she's thinking, okay, I love this guy, but in the next 4-5 years, will this love be able to sustain what we want to do? So your love should be practical as per, can you live with this person? There's certain things this person do, can you condone it? Can this person tolerate you? Because for me, the biggest substance of a functional relationship and marriage is not love. It's if you give me a babe that loves me and give me a babe that understands me, I will pick a babe that understands me because, bro, it comes to a point when the love will tire you. You don't understand the person that you love, it will tire you. But when you understand the person, the love just come naturally. So that's why for me, I believe in love, but my love has to be practical. I don't do love is blind. I like fine babes. People that my baby is fine, guys. So why will I see me as I am as a guy now? I know fine like that. Can't go marry
Yeah,
babe.
be like ugly. Ah,
You want me to use my children act drama?
no,
But
no,
devil,
for
devil for
sacrifice.
eggs. Did you get?
Yoruba demon.
Did you get? So I like fine girls. So. Nothing wrong to like a fine babe that meets your standard.
Is that the reason why many, in fact, practically almost all the pastors, their wife is unbeatable?
Tell me one person that you know, no matter how broke he is, that his life is ugly.
Ah, I'm not saying.
They don't gay. You see, past that Gio go marry mommy Gio and fine. You say no get eye. So it's. I mean, you don't want to. You want to get married to somebody that, like for me, I'm family oriented. So I want to close from work and be like, Kaya, they could drive. I was gonna meet my wife. Or you see a baby, you be like, my wife fine pass.
Cha.
Bro, you will need to. The way I follow women, or the way I used to chase women is, as a young guy, you always envisage that when I blow, this is the kind of car I want to drive. So when I'm checking a babe, I'm looking at the babe because when that money comes and I'm touching money, and I use the money to touch my babe, she's supposed to have soft. So I don't want to marry somebody that when I now make money, and I'll be like, this one can make you, I need to step up. Yeah, I like fine babes, guy. You know now, right from secondary school. I never have dated a ugly girl for my life. I've never been that unfortunate. So. Let me give you one small hint. When I was in secondary school, most of the girls I dated did me one or two bad things. So that thing made me to have a certain mindset towards babes entering university. And one or two babes to collect because of that mindset that I've built. So it took me growth and maturity to realize that this is not small picking thing. Move on. So if I have the opportunity to go back to the show, I'll have a lot of friends who catch cruise, one or two, but relationship, nah. And I was a lover boy. I used to copy notes. There was one babe, my first babe now, Steph. I will copy biology notes for guy. I copy notes with my hand break.
Well, she did. She dealt with you very well.
Yeah. Funny enough, like I and Steph were very good friends now. If most times she just looking at me, Mosey, if you love me, I'm like get out, you don't get sense. But that experience now made me to understand that you can love a baby, yes. But loving somebody does not mean you should allow the person ride on you. You can do act of services, you can be kind, but in doing your kindness, don't be an Oswald or a Momo. You need to be able to know when this person is taking you for a ride. And to be honest, when the love is mutual, when the likeness is mutual, nobody good thinks anybody use anybody. But then in university, the only thing I can say in secondary school is any babe wey date me for secondary school, then that's true love because I was ugly. Yeah, I look at my true background in my mind, I was like, so, but they say that nobody's ever really ugly. I just broke, we broke. When we started, like you now, I get by, when you start to chop money, your hair goes inside the group. This is what motivates me as a person. People may not agree with it, but this is what motivates me. I've tasted poverty. Can poverty get taste? They taste bitter.
And you can't wish anyone to go back there.
If you tasted poverty, you would not want to. You do everything humanly possible. Humanly possible in the sense, legit. I've had opportunities to do internet fraud and hasten the hustle process. But me, I believe in times and season. I believe in you must first serve before you lead.
Yeah.
So at this point in time now, I'm in my service era. I'm serving, I'm learning, I'm seeking myself to somebody that can mentor me to grow. If it's money, blue, I go blue. It's a matter of when. So my ideology in life is an ideology of hustle, consistency, and integrity because you never really can tell what the future holds. If, like, I'm a lawyer, I register companies, and I do some other works. Most of my 75% of how I get my jobs are referrals. Some be like, oh, I know Moses from somewhere. Some of our secondary school will be like, oh, Moses is a lawyer, he can handle it. So if you don't prove yourself, how would you be able to maintain or be able to utilize opportunities when they come? So, for instance, now, I have a Bible verse. I can't remember the particular part of the Bible, but it says, "Show me a man who is diligent in his dealings, for he shall stand among kings and princes."
Pastor.
Every day I wake up, that is what I carry. Because if you're diligent in what you do, bro, it's a matter of time. I remember those days when you first started your own photography stuff. We remember. You didn't even have camera there. I remember many times, like, I would jam in there and I'm like, oh, let me give you a lift. Or went out along together, I'm like, okay, let me pay for you. But look at it now. It's consistency. There was a time in my life that I couldn't afford, I didn't know where my next subscription for my data will come from. But I'm looking at my life now, I can even do data for 1,000 pesos and I'll be fine. So it's, and I'm careful not to jump the process.
Yes.
It's very important. Like, bro, if I give you 1 billion naira now, the possibility of you blowing 1 billion naira is high because you've not gathered that experience that can handle 1 billion naira. But if you give 1 billion naira to $10 or some other older people, they will handle, or some people that are young but have had that experience, they will handle it better than you. Because when you get money now, that's the reason you can't get this car I like. That's that time you know that you like beef that have bomb bomb. And trust me, you never know. You can never tell as a man what you really like until you touch money. So you need to get that experience and growth. With this experience, it comes with growth and comes with opportunity. So there was a point in my life where I am now that I could never. I used to tell somebody that, guy, if I get 100K, my problem for life don't solve.
That was then.
That was then. Now I'm saying if I get like 20 million, I'll set.
It's not possible.
Time is going to come that when I go touch that 20 million, I'll be like, I need more. So I'm learning. Like, it's not easy because the learning process takes time. But that is what this our generation needs to learn. This millennial/Gen Z. Bro, you can't, our parents didn't drive Benz when they were 25. It's not because Nigeria was not good then. Nigeria was very good then. It's just because they understand growth, they understand times and seasons, and they understand that you must first lead, you first serve before you lead. These principles of life are very core principles. And let me bust you, these principles are not just biblical principles. There are some principles that, yes, they're in the Bible, but they are universal, that even as a Muslim, even as a cultist, you apply it, they work for you. Principles of giving, give and you shall receive. You don't have to be spiritual in order to give. Principle of hard work. Bro, hard work pays. Like, people that you say school and scam is a lie. I came from, bro, where I was born in Kaduna, something happened, somehow, so my parents lost the little money they had. We came to Abuja. We were staying in Karimo. I have 3 brothers for my mom and 2 other brothers, 2 other sisters. So we're 6. We're staying in a 1 room, not 1 bedroom or 1 room.
Self-contained 1 room.
1 room, which can be self-contained. Toilet there outside. 1 room where you say you stretch your leg, that's the end. And we were there. So a kid that came from that, bro, I'm living in one of the coolest area in Abuja. I can afford good rent. I have a very okay car. It can only be one thing: hard work and consistency, and being able to utilize those opportunities. I see people that feel sorry for themselves. I didn't have father, I didn't have mother. Okay. Bro, I used to, when I was in law school, those time people used to think I was balling. I used to go to people's houses those days to clean their house and wash their cars to get paid so that I can be able to afford law school. I used to play Bet Ninja. So my friends that went to law school, they know. Bet Ninja, when I won that time, I think 139K in Bet Ninja. That was why I used to buy textbook for law school. Because I understand that I'm coming from poverty. If you say, okay, I did shame, you have nothing to lose, guy. You shame, you go back to your poverty. But if you strive, you move on. So I believe in hard work. I may not look it because most time when people meet me, they're like, I'm a jai person, but there were core principles that my parents, people around me, built. My uncle that came from the village and is a millionaire now, going to become a billionaire soon. So when you see people that these principles have transformed their life, you have no option. I may not be a very spiritual person, but I don't joke with my principles of show me a man who is diligent in his dealing, he shall stand among kings and princes. So that's basically my ideology for life. And it has been working so far, and I hope, and I know it's to continue working.
What is your spiritual life like?
My spiritual life, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 4, 5. Sometimes I would do morning devotion after a while I would tracks. But I just clocked 29 in August, on the 8th of August. And one of the things I beg God for is to help me to intentionally grow my spiritual life, because in as much as I'm giving all these principles, bro,
Yeah.
the most important thing is Christ. Christ. Like one time when I was in university, results came. I was director of socials in my university. So being director of socials, and I came out with 2-1. One baby just, I don't know how it came, baby just came and asked me, Moses, how did you do it? I just told her, grace is the only explanation that makes sense. Because there's no way you can say, okay, I used to read my book for 5 times. Because this is rubbish. There are people that study harder than you and they still fail. So I learned one very simple principle. The principle of covenant is a biblical principle. And it has been used from the days of Abraham and all. And God is a very transactional God. You tell God, God, please, I will do this for you. Do this for me in return. I applied it. When I first said it, I was like, this is rubbish. But when I got to university, I was like, let me just try it. I told God, God, you know I drum. So there's
Yes,
one
yeah.
fellowship, Christian Law Fellowship, class 1. I told God I would drum for this fellowship from my first year to my final year. All I just need to do is take care of my academics. And I'm not even joking. Like, I was in school one time, I had election campaign. My followers had gathered, ready to enter hostel to be campaigning and all the rest. I told them I'm coming, I have fellowship. They were like, are you mad? They was worry you lose fellowship one day, you won't die. But I made a covenant. Even when I entered the fellowship, when my friend at time, Miracle was like, what are you doing here? I said that let me just drum. But because of that singular act, I've gotten opportunities and academic excellence that in my life I never thought. Guy, from my first year to my final year, it's not. I never had a carryover. It's not because yes, I know I'm academically sound, but it takes more than just being academically sound to be good in what you do. Spirit of excellence does not come with I did jack. It's God. So those covenants, if anybody listening to this today and you say, okay, let me just try it. Pick one aspect of your life and say, okay, God, take care of this aspect of my life. And in return, I would give this. God does not break covenants. God will do his part. It's not left for you.
Thank you
But
very much,
thanks.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
So you can hear your story, and you know how to make a step and how to make this bold step, change your mindset. Share this episode. Send it to your friends, your loved ones.